Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Last night, we met the naming ways, and they are trying to convince Urianger to do something while they themselves are up to something themselves. So, we're going to see what's going on from there. So, let's dive into it. Alright, we are live. And we need to go south. Maybe after. Oh yeah, we do have some aetherite or aether current quests to do in here too.
Oh yeah, we didn't pick those up.
And there's
Behind
also
us.
apparently an aether current over this way. Oh, there it is.
You gotta do something with your nameplate there, Kath. I keep clicking your plate because it's to get in is move to spot.
Yeah, I always have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it works, but there is a way to switch it so you actually can't click your party members. Like maybe the button that you could press that makes it where you. Well, actually, you still want to be able to click me. I don't know.
Yeah, I just when I bring up the list, I gotta be careful of what I clicky. Oh, there it is.
I want to test something. One of you who has the car, get your car out for a second. All right, that's stupid. I just tried to use the player list or the party list, and it doesn't have that as one of the options.
No, I'm constantly trying to right click the party list to do stuff, and I forget that I have to click on you and then right click the my focus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of a pain point.
And if I had to guess, I would say that's all the aether currents inside the ship. So.
Yeah. 500 down. That looks like it's in the one of the areas I haven't opened up yet.
Yeah. Although there are apparently 4 more to find on the moon, so.
Well, that area is the area that actually has the happy carrots, and they're
Ah.
orange. They look like regular orange carrots.
They probably come to life and try to eat you.
No, I got a botany them. I got to cut them. Well, I cut them down either way, so yeah, maybe.
And I was just heading up here to complete the map.
Eyes on the road, Kath.
Hmm?
Well, you were looking at Zora, and your guy's actually looking down at Zora while you're driving around. I was like, eyes on the road, eyes on the road.
Well, around the time you said that, I did notice the gigantic pointer in the middle of the screen. Like, why is that? Oh, I still have Zora selected.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because it's like you got your head and you're just looking down, and I'm like, driving?
I was hoping I could look further over my shoulder to look at you, but apparently not. Excuse me, sir. Have you by chance seen any thieves prowling about with ill-gotten iron carrots? They're crimson, tender, surprisingly heavy. The carrots, that is, not the thieves. If you haven't seen them yet, I'm sure you will. We've been told that you adventurers are quite good at solving crimes that no one else can be bothered with. Wonderful. I'm relying on you to solve our carrot caper. Honestly, what manner of fiend would deny a loperate of their dinner? Anyway, our culprit, or culprits, took 4 carrots in all. Those are not easy to carry about, so I dare say they can't have gone far. Oh, bother. There's no sign of any of them. And it's almost time to eat. You there. If you happen to be heading to the Caratorium, could you let my fellows know it's mealtime? We don't eat. I can't take my nap. Many thanks. They should come running at the mention of carrots of happiness. So just say those 3 magic words and they'll be on their way. Words of happiness, you say? My, is it that time already? I was working out projections for optimal carrot production based on total population of Etherius to ensure that... Oh, never mind. I must make haste, or I'll miss out on seconds.
You ended up whispering that to me.
Oh, I'm so glad.
It's okay.
Oh, I gotta say, carrots are happiness. Shit. Okay, I got you. I forgot.
Oh, and also, if you wish for your adventure plate to display your current glamour, you'll probably have to update your portrait.
Yeah, I'm good with
Yeah.
what I have.
I'm okay with what I have right now.
But yeah, that's true. You'd have to do. You can do multiple though, so I mean, it
Yeah.
just depends on what you feel like.
that mean? Yes, it must be time to eat at last. Oh, how I have waited for this moment. There's nothing like a carrot of happiness to fill the void in one's belly and soul. The music that is currently playing is the Final Fantasy IV village theme. All the towns and cities have this music. Well,
Oh.
except one.
Oh crap.
What do you see over there?
I think I found what we're looking for. It's over here on the ground. So if Zora fell off, she actually got here faster.
Me too.
This scrumptious-looking iron carrot has been tragically abandoned in its prime. Same thing. Based on the primer you've but recently received, you could say with relative certainty that iron carrots are not blue. Okay, this must be a thief. These philosopher carrots really hit the spot. Just a few more. What? What? No, of course, I'm not stealing. These are mine. It's so wrong to enjoy an early dinner. The muttering Loporrit storms off in search of a place to eat in peace. You suspect this was not your carrot culprit. Okay, we
Did
have
you guys get the one over here on the chair or on the step light?
Yes, we got that one. Although that might mean we need to climb those steps.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. What? They're serving carrots of happiness today? The deep, luscious orange, that tempting, slender silhouette. Wait for me, my darlings, I'm coming for you. And now we're still hunting for the fourth iron carrot and our thief. I feel like the fourth has to be in some way continued from this path of carrots we've already found, but yep, it's over
Here it is.
here. Now we need to look there. Carrot support bot. I just noticed it had bunny ears.
Nice.
Insufficient stock of iron carrots. Iron carrot detected. Initiating iron carrot procurement. You're back. Please tell me you found the carrots. The supporter? I never would have suspected. It's supposed to help us farm carrots, not eat them. I recall the technician said something about enhancing its codes with a love for carrots to increase work efficiency. But to go as far as to steal carrots for itself, I fear it may now love them too much. Alas, those poor carrots. But at least we know what became of them, and how to prevent this happening again. Thank you for your assistance. Ah, you've returned. And everyone else is accounted for. Sustenance is essential for us Loperites. Though I suppose people are the same. In any case, we expended a lot of effort in raising a whole variety of carrots. Carrots of happiness are a new cultivar that are particularly comforting, though. It seems almost silly to have our workers consume so many carrots just so that we can produce more carrots. But that's a problem that can be solved with even more carrots. No need to worry about the details. I'll work out the figures just as soon as I... What were we talking about? Step 1, get carrots. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. I just had a thought. Is this the longest we've been, basically, ever, since we've had Alizé or Alpha Node on a quest?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Must be underground in a cave. Is this a cave? This is a
Yep.
cave.
I didn't find this cave last time.
If I had to guess, I would say the next one is in an area we can't get to yet. So, let's go talk to Urianger. I thank thee for accompanying me. It's a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetherius. To make clear our resolve to the Loperites, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Carrots? Is that ingredient carrots?
Always.
Nope. Spungoi, I guess. Ah, an abundance of spungoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by Numao, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Rianje is wholly absorbed in weaving his enchantment. Until his work is complete, he will need to be kept safe from harm. I don't think we're done here. Now we're done there. Rianje remains fixated on his work. There. Is done. A magicked ink. Every ounce as efficacious as that crafted by the Numao. Rare is the occasion I would conjure my own, but is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loperites will appreciate. Oh, thank goodness. I thought you had been eaten, or perhaps fallen into a crater. Istolda has been looking for all of you. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. dire, even. It was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with him alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Ryanje. But worry not. It just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package to the Watcher's Palace from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway Burrows. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loperids, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going with option 2. No, that won't be necessary. Urianje's help would more than suffice. And I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on Istola's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now, off you go. Worry not, I shan't be long.
Suspicious.
Yes, very sus.
Well, I went with number 3, and it almost came out on the same exact.
Mm-hmm.
The thing behind us looked like it was breathing.
It is breathing.
Yeah.
Flee from the breathing mushrooms with all haste.
Oh, breathing. TH, okay.
That's kind of interesting. Y'all's health is ticking back faster than mine. Like, we landed, we took damage, and like 3 seconds later, y'all's health started ticking, and then 2 seconds later, mine started.
Oh, that is weird.
You have more health. It takes you longer.
Well, no, I mean
Yeah.
they all heal at the same rate. It's a percentage based rate, but it's just mine didn't start until after y'all's.
That's weird.
Next time we jump off things, I'll have to see whether you guys take the fall damage before I do. Oh, we thought you would be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he is likely to stop and rest? Or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking should wait here. Maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important. You could just use these balls of moose flesh. Not to be confused with the other thing. Running Way's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective. He was here in Greatest Innsvale when last I saw him. Let's split up and find him.
She's not even batting an eye at the fact that the freaking little rabbit lied.
Indeed not.
Makes me wonder if they've been in contact with Shalaran and they're telling them not to cooperate with us or something weird.
Maybe. Search your surroundings for running way. You may... Okay, it's one of the zoom in and shoot things. I think I see him over on the right side.
I hit a wrong one.
Nope, I hit the wrong one too. Apparently we need to wait for him to start talking again.
Who are we trying to hit?
Running way. So I hit the one that came running across my screen, but apparently you need to wait for him to start talking. This gave us the clue that running way likes to talk.
Well, I lost him.
I think I got him.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, he runs up to a group of other bunnies and starts talking. And then you just shoot him. Yes, I'm running away. You might explain why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh. I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loperate around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. Somebody lied to Estola, too. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off.
Except for I can't see him. Because I hit somebody right in front of me, too.
I was just about to hit him, and one of the other rabbits ran in between.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to start over, and now nobody's running.
I have the same problem. Got him that time.
sorry, apparently I'm really bad at hunting rabbits.
It's because you're a rabbit and you don't want to shoot King.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. It'll actually be funny if the bunnies are trying to kidnap Urianger and he just, puts a spell on them or something.
Mm-hmm.
I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say anything? Did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with the Living Way. Between Growing Way's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? Now, hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Well, Growing Way, you're going to get to tell Ishtola where that is while Thancred and I go after Urianger. You understand?
Yeah.
Growing Way is fidgeting with nervous energy. But is it from excitement or worry? Oh, what to do? I promised Living Way I would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Loporits are up to something, but if there is aught to be learned of the final days, I think it best we play along. For now, at least. I very seriously doubt the bunnies have been trained or have any idea what we are capable of.
No, they don't know.
Of course, I don't even think we've mentioned to them the fact that, yeah, we're the ones that killed Zodiark. So,
Yeah.
although probably best we didn't tell them that. They might have tried to throw us out if we told them that. Oh, we have another blue quest. Hail, person. Yes, you. Do you have a moment? You see, ever since we awoke for inspection, a friend of mine has been acting a little funny. Funnier than usual, even. I can hear him sighing from all the way over here. I would go and call on him, as I do, but he always insists that nothing's wrong. I think he'd be unable to help himself, or I think he'd be unable to help himself from opening up to you, though. He has always been ever so fond of people. Would you mind lending him an ear or two? Many thanks to you. My friend's name is Dreaming Way, and he should be somewhere nearby. Just follow the lamentationist snuffling. Stay focused, Dreaming Way. Sure, you're no working way, but... Oh my! You're not a Loporit. Am I dreaming? Is the day finally here? Am I truly talking with a visitor from Aetherius? Whatever can I help you with, kind sir? I'm going with option 2. How did you know? In any case, I couldn't bother an honored guest with my silly troubles. If you insist, perhaps I could share a nibble of what's on my mind. But, first, may I ask your name? A truly spectacular name. I'm sure it speaks to your character, in one way or another. If only I could say the same for mine. Perhaps it was a mistake to choose Dream from the Tome of Words. For try as I might, I have no such thing, and seeing everyone else live up to their names since our awakening has only made me more aware of it. The people of Aetherius, on the other paws, seem to dream a great deal. Have you any advice for me? Going with option 1. But that's the problem. I haven't the foggiest idea of what that would be. Though my fellow Loporrits might, I've I've known them since, well, since we were created. So perhaps they see something in me that I cannot. With their help, you must be able to find an objectively appropriate dream for me to pursue. You know best what would be of service to mankind, after all. I'm all ears. So you need only tell me once you've come up with something. Anything at all.
They're so furry.
I also note another blue quest over here. Oh. When I saw an up arrow on this thing, I thought we were going to have to go up higher. Oh. There we are. He's no sluggard, I can tell you that. Always happy to lend a paw when there's work to be done. Compared to some of the others, well, let's just say that he's a great help. I hear you have a penchant for excitement and adventure. Is that correct? Then I assume in your travels you have doubtless heard tales of the Alligans. I'm gonna go with option 1. I thought as much. I ask because I have plans to survey an Allagan relic not far from here. The weapons guarding it, however, make it too dangerous for me to go alone. I trust you see where this is going. Are you interested in a little adventure? Much obliged. Now, let's be off. No time to waste. Want to know about Dreamingway? I can't say I know him terribly well. He's always rushing off on a new task, just as soon as he finishes the old one. I've always thought him a good sort, though. Oh, was there another bunny over here I didn't see?
Yes.
Yeah.
I ended up following one of the other quest markers and running off in the wrong direction. Dreamingway, he can do anything he sets his mind to. He doesn't complain about getting his paws dirty either. That said, I'm not sure I could think of anything he's particularly gifted at.
Well, that does it. He's the bard. Little proficient in everything and not master of nothing. Or the can-do guy.
I imagine you have some competition for Bard around here. We've seen lots of naming ways with names about making music or singing. So
I'm going on the whole D&D. Well, the old D&D, I guess. Proficient with everything.
did they have aught of interest to share? Please say they did. That's more or less what I expected. Nice enough, but in no way gifted. Perhaps I was never meant to dream. One with option 1. You really think so? Goodness, people are truly as kind as they say. In that case, I promise not to give up until we found my dream, even if it's the last thing I do. Huh, that got grim. Let's exhaust our other options before we go for anything potentially lethal, shall we?
That did get grim.
Mm-hmm. The other quest seems to take us pretty far afield, possibly even to an area we can't get to yet. So, oh, we gotta go upstairs for the MSQ quest.
The illegal Alurin Alag.
Mm-hmm.
That actually looks. That's in the one area I couldn't get into with the happy carrots.
Gotcha.
So that quest actually might open the area up.
Well, we'll head over there in a few minutes.
Yeah.
It just dawned on me, how much trouble is Growing Way going to get into letting us into the archives?
All the trouble.
Oh, and one other comment. Last night when I was kind of triggered by the comment about the final days coming from areas of stagnant ether. Remember, like a quest or two before that, the Watcher told us that Hydalin's power is that of stasis, or stagnation. I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be odd, seeing as how Hydaelyn came after Zodiark, but maybe the people who created Hydaelyn were behind the problem in the first place.
True.
I guess we'll find out. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll have to go find whoever has the key. Growing Way, enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be the perfect paradise for the people of Aetherius, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you've found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Living Way's game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using this moon as a means for escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetherius and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Aetherius will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene with Argos where Argos waits outside.
They left us.
Yeah, we're gonna knock them out.
Right.
I came out of the cutscene to find 3 of them already attacking us, and then they just died. I don't know which one of you hit them, but you hit them hard.
I heard combat going on, so I don't think it was me. But I hit him with the raining arrows. Or rain of pain. Death. Zora probably did it.
My quest still says defeat the Loperates.
Yeah. Do we have to let him in the circle, or?
Oh, I think the problem was when I came out of the cutscene, the first pack was already dead, so I never got credit for that one.
I just got credit for it as well. So.
Me too.
Sorry.
Zora! Zora, Zora, Zora.
Oh, I just noticed the last one that we put down was Growing Way. That's a little sad. I mean, I guess we probably didn't kill them, but...
Right.
Just
Knocked him
knocking
out.
around.
I mean, we've been doing that this whole X-Pack. We have been intentionally not killing our targets, so we're kind of practiced on it.
What is that? Non-lethal. There we go.
Anytime I hear somebody talking about non-lethal methods, I think about Minority Report.
Oh, what about? I don't remember that.
Well, none of the police in Minority Report carried lethal weapons. They had like stun batons. They had one baton that if they hit you with it, it just made you start throwing up. I think there was like sleep thing.
Okay. That's just like old, what is it? Demolition Man. The stun batons.
Yeah. That's right. Demolition Man had the stun batons. Minority Report had the vomit sticks. I think that's what they called them. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetherius and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way. But I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late!
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a
Well
later
played,
juncture may be
Urianger.
appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
That flower, how came it into your possession? How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
That means they better get some different food going on up there. That bread stuff going on.
Oh, the Charlians would probably be happy with carrots.
Yeah, even different flavored carrots at that.
They'd probably just eat the blue psychedelic ones.
Yeah. The enlightening ones.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Don't mess with him. He's hopped up on blue psychedelic.
You only meet Naming Way in Final Fantasy IV. You do meet others in the
Soylent
after years
blue
version, but yeah, they originated in Final Fantasy IV.
Sorry, I'm back.
No problem. Final Fantasy IV is one of my favorites. But yeah, there are little references all over the place in Endwalker. A lot of the music is from Final Fantasy IV as well. It was a relief to see Living Way was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow scions. When next I return to Aetherius, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. With the Loporits in Urianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about the affairs here in our absence. Knowing now that the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphanode and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. And I say no to that. We're going to try to get that last Aether Current.
Priorities.
There's one in the.
Indeed.
Let me see where my map up. Oh, we're going to do that quest then.
Yes. Thank you for the follow.
Because I knew there was one over there. I went to the edge of it, but it was like 80 alms, whatever, away. And I'm like, oh, it's just up that damn hill. Or cliff.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so are my carrots.
Oh, there has to be a way to get over there, unless this is a case of we can't fly here until closer to the end of the X-Pack.
Well, how many do we have found?
There are 2 more to find on the map, and 1 more from a quest.
Are we supposed to talk to Argos for anything, or is he just hanging out there?
Good question. He just takes us back to the Watcher. Are we going to have to come back later on the MSQ to get it? Or can it be gotten now? I see a bridge.
Yeah, I didn't see that last time. Maybe that's what it was holding me up. Because I have not been on the other side. New discovery.
Crash site is just ahead. If you find anything that may prove useful, I'd be grateful if you could retrieve it for me. Onward then. After you. This apparatus is offline, but appears to be transportable. You place it in your ambiguously sized bag. I approve of this statement.
That was funny.
This bit of Allegan technology is certainly fascinating. A shame it's too bulky to carry back. So our ambiguously sized bag is not quite that ambiguous.
Hmm.
Ah. I fell in a hole. Okay. Out of the hole now. Oh, that's cool. I got credit for that one all the way over here.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow, that was some hole.
That really wasn't that big of a hole. It's just I was trying to turn around and go to y'all's direction, and I fell in here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh wait, I'm not a Lullafill anymore. I'm good.
Ooh, a moment longer and that drone would have alerted more. Now, did you find anything of interest? Oh, let me have a look. No, you're right. It must wait until we get back.
Are you just going back?
No. We're going to find the last Aetherite on the map and then head back.
Okay. Nice. Okay, there it is. Yep. You could actually see this guy from down over there. Talk about taunting.
Now we go back.
Try left click instead of right click, right?
That does work better, yes. Safe at last. Now show me what you found. This is an Allegan decryption unit. With it, we can read Allegan tombstones about history, science, poetry, if we had any, which we do not. An adventure for another day, I suppose. Nevertheless, I'm deeply excited by the prospect, as I'm sure you can tell. You have my heartfelt gratitude. Oh, how did you guys react to Pudding Way?
That was funny.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Alright. Now to the other side of the zone, KJ. Where are you going?
Flying.
No. Because
Other
you
zone.
can.
Where are we going?
The other side of the zone. Sirius something. Or Sinus.
Hmm.
Why is that not on my quest? I got return home.
I'll do it. Only costs 50 gil.
Oh, you mean up here on the other side, down? Yeah, okay. Sorry.
The other side of the zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, we can fly.
Yep.
Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on there as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered soldiers when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in position of responsibility should need to hold us to such, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. And then exit to Garlemald. And now to Camp Broken Glass.
Where is Camp Broken Glass?
Southern end of the zone. Surrounded in quest markers.
Oh, you're looking on the map, man.
Yeah, I always look on the map. It saves time.
Well, I was going to try and take us back to the Besting Ways, whatever.
Yeah, the list has gotten a little long to manage. Probably need to like flag some favorites or something so I can just have a shorter list to deal with. Good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope? We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what has become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavored to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has been begun, and enough healers that have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Eulis is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino Nalise's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavnir. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes have received instructions in the magic needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porksea affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucy and I will remain, along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Telophoroi? There are no more Telophoroi, just Xenos.
Well, yeah, but what about those like flying angel looking things with the masks and the tent? Okay.
The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told, which will aim to contact them in our stead. Yes, of course, I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow scions from their present duties, that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you will be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tartaru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way, then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try to ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. I'm going to go with option 1. I suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Vandaniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's naught but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray your safe passage back to Charlian. Now, KJ, angels with masks?
Well, it's like their eyes were covered up and they're flying around. They look like angels. They got tentacle hairs. They're like, but it's over a Shalaron. Actually, we probably fight them once we get over there.
Could be. Oh, you're talking about from the cinematic?
Yeah.
Okay, I would have to watch it again. I barely remember.
Because we haven't fought those ones yet. And you made the comment, oh, they're all gone. I'm like, I don't think they're all gone.
I think the Telophoroi are probably gone, but no telling what Xenos is up to. He got something down there in the pit with Zodiark, because he didn't come out
Yeah.
looking like Xenos.
I think he probably absorbed some of the energies that were still down there.
Yeah, probably.
Where do we need to go?
Back to Charlian.
Charlene, yeah.
I have it as a home base. How much
Yeah.
is it charging you?
Just
437.
Oh, that's better than.
Well, I put it as one of my favorites, and I still got 20 minutes on my.
Oh,
thing.
we don't. Yeah, because we don't have what you call it active right now.
Yeah, I clicked one at the beginning of this. I'm going to click another one here in 20 minutes.
Oh, we've let the reduced rates expire. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I asked you, how much did it cost you when you teleported earlier?
1,200. But I'm not terribly concerned. I have a lot of junk in my bags to sell. From our last little escapade of running dungeons and stuff, I have a bag and a half full of greens and stuff to sell to vendors or whatnot.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Eidolon called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted from ether, so exhausted in fact I could only laugh. For it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zod. Would that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Just the end of the world, Ryle. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid. Though he can explain why better than I.
It's through telepathy.
Final days, as befell Amarant. And we are to escape via the moon? What of the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. if the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarant, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half the star's population in doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice must not, cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amaratines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There's still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amaratines' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum, then. Having worked with the Loporrits in secret all this time, there's surely more they could tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I've urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? Only one way to find out. He's probably announcing that they're all going to the moon now.
Yeah.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi, and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The End-Bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago,
Our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions, and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave. Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done, that we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
I liked the somewhat aghast look on my face when Thancred suggested we go get some sleep.
Yeah.
Like, do we have time for that, Thancred? Seriously?
Zora's AFK.
Alright. I'm just running over to the annex.
Okay.
Also, just a funny, if you stand on top of her carbuncle, its glow will go through your clothes. So basically, it looked like my coat was glowing when I was standing there for a minute.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Emo and I are already over at the annex. Corral tells me the forums made a rather momentous announcement. There's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Vol. The realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I ask myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here, and we'll get through this together. And who knows? Maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for us. Now, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits.
Upon entering, you see a familiar ghost.
They have the toy box open. That's funny.
A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? I'm going with Alize.
You and I pick the same choices almost all the time.
The question is it Alize for everyone, or is it whoever they called out?
Craving a midnight snack,
Oh,
one
maybe.
of you?
I went with your.
I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an appropriate occasion.
You went with Yasholta and and it's her?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind.
Ystola.
I know it's late, so I'll try not to talk your ear off. It's Xenos. I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least. And one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should. It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
That sounds like something Estinian would do. A short while later, in the Alamegan quarter,
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too.
I wonder
But is
why
it
the
true?
red
They brought
mage
back
class
10
guy was
Guardian
wandering
soldiers.
around Alamigo. Or is he
As Commander
Alamegan? I
Aldin
can't
tells
remember.
you, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Who are you, Mr. Purple Robes? Ah. Meanwhile, in Ishgard. Oh, Mr. Purple Robes is somebody being affected by the final days thing. Okay, I get that.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here? Hey, are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Because it is, buddy. It is.
Okay, when they came and talked to you, what they ask you about?
Alize was basically just lecturing us on taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, that's what Shola was saying. Well, she was checking to see if my aura or whatever, if I was all me and not anything extra, like in the other
Gotcha.
place, and then to contact her if I had any problems. And then, did you guys have an elf guy after that?
After Alize left, it immediately transitioned to Alamigo.
Or yeah, okay. And I didn't mean elf guy; I meant bunny guy.
Oh yeah, we had the sequence at Alamigo, and then we went to Ishgard, and that's where the bunny guy from Charlian was. Ernville.
Yeah, he was a
Ernville.
collector, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The animation for whatever's happening to them makes me think of the Shaw stuff in WoW during Pandaria.
I could see that. Also, I think it was just there as flavor, but did you see the Red Mage class trainer walking around in Alamigo? He kind of stands out.
Oh, I missed it.
Now, in the future, I'm going to see if the, what is it, the unending story or whatever in the end room will actually let me go back and see that cutscene so I can make the other choices. But we'll see. If it does, I'll record it all so you guys can see it, so you don't have to do it yourselves. Unless you just want to do it yourselves. Ah, and my chat tells me you can do that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Oh, I was about to call you. I'm afraid we've received another call for assistance. This one comes from Razat-Han. The others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. You must join them at once. But yeah, I basically picked Alize because really among the Scions, she's probably the one that we're closest to. She spent the most time with us. So she was the one I would expect to call on us in the middle of the night.
Yeah, until we started questing with her regularly, I would have thought it would be Alpha Node.
Yep. Ah, there you are. Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact in Razat-Han. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Good gods, are the final days already upon us? It would appear so. Sadly, that is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people of Razat-Han are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Agreed. Trial, you'd best remain here with Tartaru and gather what knowledge you can. You're in no condition for a long journey, Very well. Similar phenomenon may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Let us make first for Yetlamad. We must prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead.
Have we talked to the allies yet?
We told Lucia to tell them.
Oh, okay. And then also on that note, I don't see why Yerstola and Gratatia don't stick around and do more research on the latent areas.
Because they're available NPC for the trust system, so they have to be there.
Gaia. Oh. Yeah, okay.
Which I actually note isn't called the trust system anymore. It's called, what is it called? Duty support. Well, I guess there still is the trust system as well, but there's also duty support. Well, I guess we are headed to somewhere in Thavnir.
Sky's aflame, right?
Yep.
I turned it off. Hold on. You push it again and it shuts the map off.
Ah. How much did that cost you, KJ?
$9.44.
Would have cost me almost 1,600.
And lo, vile beasts did
Yeah.
rise.
Was that Xenos' name voice?
That was Emmett Selk.
Oh. Well, it sounds familiar. I can't figure out who.
Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas.
Oh, there they are.
And our sins ascend unto the heavens. 3 dooms to unmake all we were.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends. Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The Large One's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vitra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Yedlimad. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
I hope Thancred has enough bullets.
I imagine Istola can make bullets for him.
But that would take time too.
Well, that is true. Everyone has assembled, yes? I thank you for lending us your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around to the north side of the island. There you will find a dense jungle called Vanaspati. It is a sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Vitra and the Radiant Host have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. Also, check the weather.
Apocalypse, nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, are we ready?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
That's an animation I don't think any video game has managed to get correctly. What it looks like for somebody to stumble and fall and try to get back up.
Right?
Yeah.
My friends, heed me. These are children of Thavner. Forgive me. I could do them no harm. If this is the only way, I shall silence the beasts of the air. Pray continue onward.
The fire looks cool.
Uh-huh. I was actually thinking, wait a minute, can we even go this way? Because I was seeing the reflection of the fire in the water. One thing we probably need to be aware of is we're nearing the point where we don't have nearly as much of a gear advantage as we've had in the past.
Yet.
Well, yes. Apparently the minimum item level for this dungeon is 510. So we've got that beat pretty handily.
That's all good. I have 546. I gotta start working on your gear though.
I'm at 533 at the moment. Well, that's rather disgusting looking. All right. Last gasp is the tank buster. Note of despair is a room-wide AoE. Mouth off, boss summons 5 non-targetable mouths in the ground around the edge of the arena. After some time, they will spawn an AoE on themselves. 2 of the mouths are closed and will be safe zones. To avoid the attack, stand on or behind either of the closed mouths. What is left/right? Fires from the left or right of the boss's hitbox and covers that side of the arena in an AoE. Players can determine which attack is coming by looking to see which arm the boss is raising. This ability can accompany Mouth Off or Wallow. Last Hope, or Lost Hope. Players are debuffed with temporary misdirection, placing a spinning hand over their heads. When players move, the hand stops spinning and they can only move in a straight line in the direction the hand points. This debuff will most commonly still be affecting players during Mouth Off, so players must carefully time their movement to reach the safe zones as the hands move quite quickly. But players will have time to correctly orient themselves if they are cautious. And Wallow. Each player will receive a point-blank AoE with a red arrow marker on their head, requiring players to spread out to avoid overlapping damage. The attack doesn't have a cast bar and is used infrequently, only during what is left or right. So, yeah. Basically, stay out of the things, be aware when he's using his what is ability, and will need to move to the correct side.
Which he raises the arm and we want to basically get on the other side?
Yes. And when he summons the mouths, stand on the closed mouths. And here come the mouths. Close one over here.
You got a marker. Do we want to get on you or no?
No, that was the tank buster.
Oh, okay.
Here come the mouths again. I'm coming to y'all. Because he raised his arm during that, so he blasted that side of the screen.
I noticed the mouths, it's good. They have ... dots or they have words.
Okay, it's about to put the hands on our heads.
Woo!
I do like that there is a tank buster marker now.
I didn't make it.
I don't think any of us made it. Oh, Emo made it.
Oh, that got me, whatever it was.
Because I didn't get you healed up enough because we had to move, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to do the arm thing twice in a row there. Here come the mouths again. Yeah, I didn't notice the hands in time.
Yeah, those hands suck balls.
I'll get you in a sec.
You're fine.
Head toward KJ.
Couldn't make it.
Yeah, I just had to pop a mitigation because I couldn't get it out.
What's up with this? The hand pops up on your head. You can only move towards that direction.
I'm down. Yeah, you can only move the direction that it points.
Gaia.
Careful when you come up.
Yep, down again.
Shit.
I'm down too.
Oh shit.
It's okay.
I was going to say, get your tanky carbuncle, but never mind.
And I'm down.
Not bad for a first try.
Yeah. The spinny hand on my head pisses me off.
Yeah, the first time he did that, I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. But the second time, I haven't been able to find where I need to go in time to even try to run in the right direction.
Well, how do you get from stop running? Because it just kept me going wherever it was pointed.
Oh, you can stop running.
Yeah.
Just move.
Yeah, if you stop running, it starts spinning again, so you can get it to point in a different direction.
Well, yeah.
But it still takes time, unfortunately.
But I don't understand how you can get it from, you just stop and move, don't move forward. That's
Stutter
it.
step until you get the right direction or something.
Yeah,
right.
Gotcha.
Or what happened to me there right before I died is it pointed to the left. I stopped and started going again. Then it was pointing to the right. I stopped. It was pointing to the left. I just kept running back and forth in the same line.
Yeah, that's what got me the second time. Well, and then, but see, once before it blows up or whatever, you have free will, control yourself. But if you're not close to the exit of the half of the thing, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Half the board or half the circle.
You ask Agent or Zora? Yeah.
Am I the only one who get hits with Lost Hope?
Everybody gets hit with it.
Okay, I just can't see your guys.
Thanks. Get you in time, unfortunately.
That's alright.
Get over here. Here it comes. There we go. Aside from the spinny hand thing, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
What is this vile presence I sense? The horde draweth near. Be on your guard.
You know what? It seems like they have despair when they change.
Indeed. Not sure why the horse decided to not take aggro there. I must have missed it with my initial AoE. Hopelessness. Well, those guys hurt a bit. Well, that's a terrible thing.
I said nope.
After roughly 10 seconds, the edge of the arena is set on fire and debuffs with a 30-second burns, dealing damage over time. Total Wreck is the Tank Buster. Meaningless Destruction is a room-wide AoE. Poison Heart, a random player receives a stack marker after the cast finishes, requiring players to stack to mitigate damage. Unholy Water summons 6 water orbs around the edge of the arena. Running into an orb will absorb the player. Debuffing with fetters and applying water resistance down debuff, but making the player immune to fire damage. The boss will cast one of 2 variants of Aether Siphon immediately after summoning the orbs. Aether Siphon absorbs ether from either the burning buildings, fire, or the lake, water. The boss will cast an associated element's Aether Spray immediately after. The fire usage of Aether Siphon is random, or the first usage of Aether Siphon is random, after which it will alternate between the 2 types. Aether Spray Fire casts a room-wide fire AoE that can only be avoided if players run into an unoccupied water orb before the cast finishes. Players receive a 20-second burns debuff if they are hit. Aether Spray Water, a large radial knockback marker appears in the center of the room. Players can either stand at the center of the arena to avoid being knocked into the edge of the arena, or use a knockback resistance skill. So if he uses water, run into the center. If he uses fire, run to one of the orbs. And when we begin the fight, don't be standing at the edge. hear the orbs, and we'll see what he's about to do. In the middle.
Oh, he knocked me into an orb.
At least it wasn't the fire.
Okay, we probably need to get in one of the orbs now. Go ahead and get in the center.
Ah, bastard still pulled me in.
Getting an orb. Get in the center. And try to position yourself so you don't get knocked back into an orb.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to do.
Get to an orb. That one wasn't bad at all.
Mm-mm.
It might have been kind of bad if it hadn't just alternated abilities every cycle, if it had been random each time.
The nice thing was you could clearly see like the water coming the first time, so I knew it was going to be water. I didn't notice any other time because I knew it was every other, but
Yeah, it was like that every time. There was either fire or water came in.
so the animation was good.
Indeed. Thought just occurred, Emo.
Yeah?
What did Zeno say he wanted?
Yeah. He wanted, I lost the word now. Yeah, exactly what I said earlier.
Yeah, he wanted despair.
Despair.
He ugly. Okay, roughly 10 seconds into the fight, the edge of the arena will be covered in an AoE that inflicts a 15-second bleed debuff, dealing damage over time. Gnashing Teeth is the tank buster. Flames of Decay is a room-wide AoE. Ethereal Disruption, 4 wide line AoEs divide the floor into quadrants. 2 of the AoEs will be red and 2 blue. Players will be shown either a red circle or a blue triangle, which AoEs are going to explode. Players must then move to the opposite AoEs to avoid damage.
So if I have a triangle, I need to go to the red?
Yes. Crumbling Sky, cast immediately following most Ethereal Disruption casts, causing one or both of the following effects to occur. Radial Knockback, players will be knocked back a short distance backwards, and Circular AoE, players will be marked with point-blank AoEs requiring them to spread out. Then there is the Meteor phase. The boss moves to the edge of the arena and casts Crumbling Sky. but this does not trigger the same effect as it does during Ethereal Disruption. The boss will leave the arena and begin firing sets of 3 meteors at the arena. While small AoEs appear randomly, the meteors are in a line and the columns outlined in the floor by the tiles. And the meteors will hit the edge of the stage in a line with these columns. When they do so, they create an instant line AoE that fires straight across the platform. If players are hit by these, they receive vulnerability up and are knocked back a short way. Players must determine which column is safe to stand in to avoid these meteors. Then avoid the small AoEs that appear randomly around the arena. You may have to tilt your view up to see the meteors. They are up in the air. The boss will fire 3 sets and then return to the arena where the fight will resume. From here on, the only difference is both Crumbling Skies effects will occur each time it's used. Otherwise, the fight is exactly the same as before. So he's only going to do the meteor phase once. If I understand that correctly.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Well,
Red circle, get into blue.
They make that obvious. That's good.
Oh, if you're not first person. Just kidding.
Get into the red.
Oh, I did not see that triangle.
Does that mean you're playing in first person, KJ?
No. I zoomed out a little more. But because of the coloring and everything, I just didn't see it.
Get to blue. Alright, here come the meteors, I guess. Here. Here.
I'm dead.
So am I. I didn't realize he was going to do it more than once for some reason.
Me either.
I'm just going to stand in the bleed. He does it 3 times.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
See if this is a real shortcut. Of course, slightly.
Did y'all see the meteors coming?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did see them. But then I moved my sight back down, like back to the tilted.
Gotcha.
Well, did they also put a circle on the ground? Because there's a circle on the ground.
No, the circles on the ground are another AoE. You need to avoid that too, but it's less important than dodging the meteors.
Got ya. Because I thought, okay, I dodged this, then I should be safe. So, but I really wasn't.
Right. Yeah, the meteors hit the entire row. The circles just hit like a single square. Blue. Red. Blue. He's gonna knock us back, though. I wonder if during that we're supposed to stand in the red so it knocks us out of the red.
Oh,
Maybe.
that would be good.
That's a good thought.
Hey, here come the meteors.
I did not make it.
I don't think he's going to do it again. Hopefully. Red, standing red. Okay, it does knock us back into the other. So, be aware.
Shit.
Sora, when you can, hit him with the limit break.
Woo! I'm dead.
I thought I got out of that.
The area that you need to be in is after you get knocked back.
Well, yeah, I got out of that, but the thing came down on me, and I've got, because I already got resurrected once, I got 50%
Gotcha.
everything.
Stay in blue.
Oh shit.
I'm damage immune for a minute, Emo, if you need to get others up.
Over here, closer to me. Okay. Yeah, I can't take the hit after it comes down.
Yeah, on that one, you need to be sure you get knocked forward or back instead of to the side so you don't get knocked into the other area. When it is arranged like that.
I did it correctly once, and then it's like I can't do it again.
Damn. I was gonna say limit break, but
Oh my hell.
Well, I didn't realize you guys were still up. I thought I was by myself here.
no, Zordo's up.
I got Emo got me up, and her and KJ went down, and then I got Emo up, and then I went down.
I was gonna tell you, limit break him. Won't that give you more defense against all this shit?
It will. I don't know how long it lasts, though.
I think it's 10 seconds, it looks like. Whatever that is. And it's over. So close.
Victory.
Yay!
That was a bit of chaos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a pair of earrings for that.
I got a ring.
I got bracelets.
I got a ring as well.
Ruined. I am ruined.
As I feared.
What is it?
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud. Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhap so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
Not by any means known to me, or by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe.
You put your secret at risk.
Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, We require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
What madness is this, One? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos. Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally, and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone. I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radzetan will not survive.
Take me with you. I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Ahewan's side.
Estinian, here. It's the last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you loathe.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Fair enough. Now, shall we?
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
Alright guys, I believe I'm going to call the stream here for tonight. And I will be back tomorrow with more Final Fantasy VII. So, until then, I want to thank y'all for joining me. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night.